Today's episode of Fantasy Fiction is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download at audibletrial.com/fantasyfiction. Over 100,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, MP3 player, or Magic Stone. Today we're recommending Sword of Shannara by Terry Brooks. It's a book about elves, I think. So if you're enjoying the show, give the free trial a chance. It'll help us pay for the hosting, but I'm not sure what that is. I'm just a wizard. Enjoy the episode. Next scroll. Reese's, where are you? Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Fantasy Fiction. My name is Dominic.
My name is Josh. And...
Oh, you just want me to say my name? I'm sorry. My name is Nick Murphy. Hello.
It's Nick Murphy from Continue Show! We have a very special guest on this week, as I just declared. Nick will be joining us for Tales of Labyrinths and Hydras.
I like how you said Hydras there.
Me too. I think I'm going to pronounce it that way forever.
Hydras.
Good flair, man. Good flair.
Thanks. But before we get into that, Nick and Josh, and then me, what did you guys
In
do
that
this
order.
week?
I've been out and about doing a whole bunch of shit. A lot of editing this week, and then Rebecca and I, who's my wife for those not listening, or who don't know, we have been rewatching Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Oh, man.
getting ready.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to watch season 3 right now.
Well, you're ready.
so-
You're ready for this show, at least. Watching
Yeah.
Game of Thrones to be on Fantasy Fiction is
Yeah,
good.
yeah, exactly. And I caught up with a lot of the when you guys first started, I caught up a whole bunch, and then we got a little busy, and I fell behind. But now I'm fucking
Whatever, Nick.
No, man, I'm caught up, dude. I know all about.
Nick, you're not going to listen to your two friends yell at each other and laugh at their stupid ass jokes.
Yeah.
No, man, I know about Zane's ponytail, and I know the Legend of Buff Cat now.
Yeah.
I know what's up. I know what's up.
Well, thank you for listening to, I think someone pointed it out that we've done over 24 hours total episode time. So
Dude, that's
you
awesome.
listened to us talk for a whole day.
I listen
I'm
to you guys
very
talk
sorry.
more than a day, man. I hear a lot of stuff, and I miss hearing it all the time. So
Well,
that's
you used to work with us, and it was pretty much this show, but live.
But live.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about this episode is that this is the Continue Dream Team, no Paul Ritchie
my
yet.
God. Can you imagine how great that would be? It'd be like
What a wonderful world it would be.
it'd be so
man.
nice.
Josh, what were you into this week?
I didn't do much. I started watching, Battlestar Galactica again.
Dude, I saw your tweet about that, and I got real jealous.
Yeah, it's a problem. I'm halfway through the first season already, and I started last night. So,
No, dude, that's
So-
great.
you know,
Dude, I saw your tweet, and then I watched that Portlandia sketch about that, and it was the perfect storm of me being Guy Spaltar came on, and I was like, ooh, I'd like to rewatch that right now.
I forgot about how many insane things happen in that show. So many things that are great in that show happen. In the first 2 episodes.
Dude,
You
that
know,
33 episode is so good.
Yeah.
Can we just write Battlestar Galactica fiction? Can we just do that?
That's what I
I
did.
hope you did that.
That's what
'cause
I did.
That's what we did.
I'm changing all of my names right now. Right
To
now.
Guy
on my thing.
Spaltar,
Just
Starbuck.
all Guy Spaltar. Do you guys hear me typing?
That's what writing sounds like.
Click, 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 click.
You know, I always wanted to watch Battlestar, and I haven't yet.
Dude.
But I think I'm going to have to real soon, because there's a new project coming up that you guys will learn about soon. A new podcast, perhaps?
You're gonna have to watch all of it. We're not gonna be able to just watch a few episodes because it's heroin. It's heroin for your brain, which I guess is regular heroin too. But you won't be able to stop. It's an addiction. It's a problem.
I'll tell you what I did this week. I did a lot of packing and shipping of t-shirts and buttons because, ladies and gentlemen, the Fantasy Fiction Big Cartel store is now up. You can visit it at fantasyfiction.bigcartel.com. I'll put a link in the description, And most of the shirts are sadly sold out, but we'll have more shirts in about 2 weeks with different color combinations and such. We have the Buff Cat shirt up there and the Keep On Wizarding shirt and an It's Canon button, so check it out.
Yes.
But other than that, it's time to step out of the world of real life and into minds of fantasy.
That's magic. That's magic.
That's transition. That's how you transition.
Are you guys ready for the story? The first one?
Oh, yeah, brother.
Okay. Hydras! My story is called The Parable of Dingle and Billy the Dog Man.
Oh, God, I love it. I feel like we're going to learn a lot already.
I feel like we're going to learn something about Billy the Dog Man.
I think you're going to learn a lot about Billy the Dog Man in this story.
Perfect.
Anyway. It was a cold day in Daranos. Spring was on its way, but it was being slow as shit and taking its sweet goddamn time.
I see you've drawn from personal experience.
A little bit. Most students at the Druid Academy of Shapeshifting and Turning into Awesome Shit were pussy deep in their studies, but there were 2 students who were only interested in studying one thing and one thing only: getting buck. Dingle Beasting, a promising halfling druid and one of the only halflings to ever be touched with the gift of transformation, and his best friend in the entire world, Billy the Dog Man. Billy was a regular human boy, but spent most of his time transformed into a dog, because who the fuck doesn't want to turn into a dog? Nobody. That's who.
It's pretty true.
If you could turn into a dog, you would.
If I could Snoop Dogg turn into a dog right now, I would be a dog recording a podcast.
You said that, and I immediately imagined that scene from
that morph.
Just a Doberman with a headphones on.
Yeah, when he
my
morphs
God.
into it. Oh, man, so good. Mr. Beasting, a loud voice echoed. Do I have your attention? It was Vice Dean Oxford, head disciplinarian of the academy.
Fuck, I hate this guy already.
Man.
Yes, Mr. Ox Turd, Dingle replied,
Oh,
and then
shit,
he and
Vern.
Billy the Dog Man double high-fived.
Is that where you high five with 2 hands?
Yeah.
I love it.
Double dog high five. Looking over your permanent scroll here, you've been in this office at least 69 times just this month. Panty raids, urinating in the decorative fountains, streaking with a dance wand, dancing with a streak wand, double panty raids. This behavior is unacceptable. Do you even want to be a druid? What would your father say, God rest his soul?
Mr. Beasting is surely upset in his grave. Mr. Beasting.
Mr. Beasting. He'd probably say, son, I'm a gross skeleton now, so I want you to go out and have fun because life is short. So go out and be a cool rapper or maybe a wizard wrestler. No, wait. A wizard rapper. No. A wizard bone car racer. Yeah. Nice. Okay. Goodbye, son. Dying sounds. Dingle said confidently. Dingle and Billy double high-fived again, then Billy started to lick his own beehole. He was really into being a dog.
That is a great bonus for being a dog.
It's acceptable to do that.
So his dad's dead skeleton died?
Again.
Yeah, he's double dead. He's a double skeleton now.
It's
Skeleton good. It's canon. I see there's no reforming you of this radical, rebellious teenage rowdiness, the dean went on. I can't send you to the pain mines because, quite frankly, that is a death sentence. But I can put you to work doing something much more painful. He paused for dramatic effect. Filing my old self-published poetry.
That's heinous as shit, man.
It's crazy. It's cruel and unusual. I keep them on scrolls in the basement. Get to work, boys. As the two walked sullenly down the hallway, they saw a familiar face. It was Jimmy Treebranch and his familiar Mr. Yakitori. Yo, killer prank at the Druid prom, guys, Jimmy said. I mean, turning into a flying laser spell wielding double-headed raptor and dive bomb spiking the punch bowl with orc urine, then pantsing Dean Oxford with the pantsing spell, then hoisting him up the flagpole while getting the entire school to sing the Druid Academy fight song? Classic. Then Jimmy began to sing. We are the Druids of the Druid Academy. We come from all over Daranos. Saber eagles, saber cats, hot dogs fight. We love the motherfucking goddamn shit out of you, Druid Academy.
Wait, like if I was walking down the street and I had done something and some guy was like, "Oh my god, you did that thing. Remember when you did that thing?" and then sang the song I sang?
Yeah.
Well, Tom, you obviously never went to Penn State, man. That was like every day there.
It's pretty accurate.
You're right.
Thanks, Jimmy, Dingle said as he and Billy opened the chamber to the Academy basement and records vault. Can't wait to see what you guys have planned for tomorrow's Druid prom, Jimmy said. See you around, guys. There's a Druid prom
two
every
back
day.
to back.
It's like a Druid prom every other day at this point.
Going to the Druid Academy is just living for the next Druid prom.
Yep. It's just all preparation for the same party over and over again.
Is if I'm going to have a date at the Druid prom, or am I going to be super embarrassed at the Druid prom?
Yeah, it's probably really expensive because you got to get like a limo every time too.
Every time.
Every time.
You got to buy a Druid corsage thing.
You got to put a corset on.
Yeah, man.
Oh, damn, I love wearing a corset though.
It's kind of like hell. Of course.
I tried to fantasy it up by mispronouncing it on purpose.
Old English.
I tried to fantasy up by painting a picture in our listeners' minds.
As Dingle and Billy entered the records vault, they saw all kinds of fucking dusty-ass shit. There were skeletons, old scrolls, all the hell damn over the place, rusty weapons, and old bone car repair manuals. This is going to take forever, Billy, Dingle said as he looked over at Billy, who grabbed a bone from one of the skeletons and started to bury it, and then he humped the skeleton. Billy was really into being a dog. Well, let's get this over with, Dingle said as he grabbed an old tome from a bookshelf. As he did, the wall gave way behind the shelf and a doorway opened up. Whoa, the boys said in unison. Where do you think it goes? Goes, Dingle asked.
The sound design on this episode is great.
Dude, phenomenal.
Well, I knew Nick was going to be on, so I movied it up a bit.
Oh, yeah, well, I like that.
As he did, his voice echoed down the secret passage as if it were a never-ending hall. Just then, like a million bapples flew out and swarmed all the fuck over the place. Oh, no. Don't let them get in your mouth, Dingle screamed. Don't let them get in your mouth! As he yelled, he turned himself into a laser eagle and shot lasers out of his beak, hitting several bapples, which fell to the ground flaming.
Jesus!
Then turned into bapple pies. Later, a hobo would smell them and eat them, turning himself into a chair forever. Nobody would care.
Holy shit, man.
Bapple pies, a Daranosian hobo's only weakness.
That's where all the chairs in Daranos come from. Just hobos eating them.
Wow.
That's why they have like 20 coats on the back of them.
Yeah. To stay warm.
Holy shit.
We have to check this out, Dingle said to Billy. What if the legends are true? The legends of the Academy Labyrinth. They say that any badass who traverses its dangers will become wealthy as shit. We could be those badasses, Billy. As the boys entered the labyrinth, the door and bookcase closed behind them. It sealed itself shut with a thud. Dingle lit a torch on the wall. This is the best idea we've ever had, Dingle said. 15 minutes later, they were lost as fuck. This is the worst idea we've ever had, Dingle said. What is this place? Some kind of maze? That joke didn't go over as well as I thought it would.
Well, it dawned on me as I stopped giggling, and I was like, oh, shit.
It is a maze. Suddenly, they heard a loud roar. Billy poop peed, which is what happens when you poop and pee at the same time. You know, like when you're at the urinal and you have to fart, but you're not sure if it's just a fart or some poop might come out. I think we've all been
Don't
there.
take that gamble.
Yeah, don't take it.
You just don't want it.
Billy, run, Dingle said as a giant rolling ball started to chase them down the dark hallway. The boys turned and ran, becoming even more lost as fuck in the crazy labyrinth. As they turned down a hallway, the giant ball passed them and said, "I'm gonna get y'all next time." Did that death ball just talk, Dingle asked? This place is fucking insane. You're telling me, Billy the dog man replied as he lit a pipe and started smoking it with his dog hands. As Dingle and Billy pressed forward, they came to a long hallway with a golden door at the end. Again, they heard a loud roar, which seemed to come out from the other side of the door. They both gulped with fear, and Billy poop-peed again. It's possible he had a urinary tract infection.
Or colitis or something like that.
or
It's gotta be
colitis.
hard for dogs to poop pee.
Yeah. I don't know. Dogs
The
don't
pee
normally
just
do
kind of
that.
shoots forward.
That's like any animal, though, right?
Just think about it.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know how like a
depends.
dog valve works. I don't know if they can do both at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. I should have looked it up before I wrote this story. This hallway probably has some booby traps, Dingle said as he examined the walls. Billy, turn into something light enough not to set off any traps. You got it, dude, Billy replied as he turned into another dog. It was the same dog, but this time it was brown instead of black. Billy was really into being a dog. Dingle sighed.
Man.
Okay, we'll just make a run for it. On the count of 3, run like hell. 1, 2... Wait, Billy interrupted. On 3 or on go, he asked. What's the difference, Dingle questioned. Like, 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3, go? On 3 means on 3, Dingle said, annoyed. Okay, it's just that some people do 1, 2, 3, go. Nobody does that, Dingle replied, annoyed. That would be on 4. 1, 2, 3, go would be the same as counting to 4. Okay, some people do it that way, Billy said, backing down. Nobody does that. Nobody. Okay, on 3, Billy said. They both started counting in unison. 1, 2, 3. They both bolted. As they ran, they were activating all kinds of booby traps. Arrows and snake arrows shot out of the walls. A cage with rabid gorillas fell from the ceiling, releasing them. Frying pans with scalding bacon were catapulted into the air. A hole in the wall opened up to reveal a merc monk with a bomb strapped to his chest, holding the detonator in his cutie hand. Billy and Dingle ran and ran, dodging most of the traps except for the hot fudge pit. They fell into that one and just swam around in it, eating some of the hot fudge because that shit is delicious. Soon they reached the door.
Isn't that bad for Billy the dog, man?
Oh no!
I guess if
Jesus.
Is that canon? I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore.
I guess if he's actually a human, though, he could probably still do it.
All right.
Yeah.
Josh.
Get away with that technical. I'm telling you, I should have looked up dog facts before I wrote this. I'm not going to see through my lies.
Especially when there's a part in the story where Billy's like, "Oh, good thing my mouth is cleaner than the human mouth."
That's true. That's canon. That's real life canon.
Yeah, that's real life canon.
Soon they reached the door relatively unscathed. We did it, Billy, Dingle cheered. Let's open this door, kill whatever horrible monster is on the other side, and get our treasure. Okay, push it open on 3 again, Billy asked, or on go this time? Jesus, Druid Christ, on 3. It's really not that difficult of a concept, Dingle yelled. The boys pushed the door open. When they stepped into the room, they saw a sight they could barely comprehend. There it was in all of its glory. A raging kegger for the ages. You made it, boys, a familiar voice boomed from atop a mountain of panties. Dad? Dingle said in disbelief. There on a throne of bras was Dingle's father wearing a crown with double mead steins attached to it, feeding him a constant stream of booze. Son, I knew you'd find me. I came down here ages ago, and I guess I lost track of time. This party has been raging for almost 20 years now. All around them were skeletons breakdancing. Ground trolls were doing keg stands. Ogres were playing keg pong. Fairies were flashing all sea balls, and somewhere Reese's and Snickerdoodle were getting boners. The giant stone ball from earlier was cat daddying, and all kinds of making out was going on. But, Dingle began, but we heard a monster in here. The only monster in here is this monster party, son. But maybe you heard the Hydra, Mr. Beasting said as he pointed over to the corner. As he did, the boy saw a Hydra doing like 100 shots, but instead of dragon heads, it had butts. Just like hundreds of butts.
So it's just butts taking shots.
It's a Hydra, booty Hydra.
Booty Hydra.
Then the booty Hydra started flexing its hundreds of cheeks, and the party got really swole. You made it, boys. You made it to the ultimate party, Dingle's father said. But legend has it there is a sub-labyrinth, which leads to an even more insane party. That's why I came down here. What do you say, boys? Want to help me find it? Dingle and Billy the Dogman looked at each other, then double high-fived. Everyone cheered. Hey, why are you guys covered in Hydra feces? Dingle's father asked as Billy licked some of the hot fudge from his snout. Thin.
Gross.
The moral of the story is, if you do bad things, you'll get to party 24/7 all the damn time.
But you might have to eat a bunch of poop.
Yeah. But if it tastes like hot fudge, would you still not eat it? Even if you knew it was poop?
If it was Hydra poop and it tastes like hot fudge?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I'd eat
I
the
don't
shit
know
out
if the
of
world
that.
is ready for this answer.
I think I would eat it. I eat regular poop.
And so the show has become this.
All right. My story is called The Very Special Labyrinth of Pubescent Growth and Social Development.
What? It's like...
All right.
It's
Is it like a coming-of-age tale?
Maybe. There might be some of that in there. Maybe the title gave it away too much, but maybe.
It's a Stand By Me in a Labyrinth because I am 100% behind that Kickstarter.
There's no
Funded.
train, just that ball from Josh's other story. I'm coming down the road, y'all. All right. Oh, shit. Look at the tits on her. Yeah, she's got them in the right areas and everything. I love it when breasts are on a lady's chest, don't you? So hot, right? Where the fuck else would they be, you idiot? She's an elf. Of course they're on her chest. She's not some five-tittied orc whore. Don't you know anything? Granick's question made Doug blush a little. They weren't supposed to be on a seeing stone without Doug's parents knowing about it, especially since the last time that he ordered Nickel Orchian magazine without his parents' permission.
Nickel Orchian magazine.
He's a badass, man. He's a badass. If his parents knew that they had just watched an elf milk a minotaur while a barbarian milked himself, there would be 7 hells to pay.
Damn,
That is the hottest
disgusting as
thing.
hell.
I meant disgusting. I also meant that. I didn't mean to say hot.
Oh yeah, man. I was making a joke. The whole thing was a joke that I said. Doug covered up. She's probably really good at using her mouth to get the Minotaur milk. It's really smart because it's probably like the most efficient way to drink it. Because like your hands would get really tired because like a Minotaur is really big. Granick looked at Doug suspiciously. Yeah. Panicked, Doug looked for a way to change the subject quickly. Oh, let's see what other categories are on ComelyTube. Oh, it looks like they got pogs. Pogs are so hot. Aren't pogs so hot?
Like PAWGs, like fat-ass white girls.
PAWGs, man.
Or pogs, like the pog game.
No, man, PAWGs.
Hell
Josh,
yeah.
how are you familiar with that acronym?
All right, so...
I love butts. I mean, I wrote about a story with a Hydra that just had butts for heads. So,
Continuing themes, man. There's a lot of themes going on with
there
these
are.
stories.
It is.
It's nice.
It's good.
That's the grossest stuff you'd ever see. Are you into that? Aw, sick, said Granick. Doug tried to backpedal. Yeah, I mean, kind of. I saw it one time. It was really cool. I gotta go. I hear my mom fake calling me home for supper, little loser. Granick scooped up his seeing stone as Doug hung his head in shame. Doug knew this was a lie. Granick's mother was savagely murdered by marauders, and he now lived with his grandmother, who was a giant bitch. She literally is a bitchy giant bitch who made fun of Doug for not being a giant. Fucking giants, am I right, guys?
Dude, seriously.
Damn.
They're the worst, man.
And you know it's that things are bad when the nerd makes fun of you.
Yeah, dude.
By Mr. Dorstein, Doug spun around to see Granick run past his father, Doug Dorstein Sr. Mr. Dorstein was a monstrous mountain of a man. He looked like he means serious fucking business all the fucking time. Doug had once seen his dad accidentally cut off his own thumb, fashion a needle out of a lemon, weave salt into a rope, then sewed his thumb back together with the lemon needle and salt wire. When asked later why he didn't go to a cleric, Mr. Dorstein said, "And let some pussy use his pussy magic on these sweet lady gropers? Think again. The only ways these mitts are getting pussified are via being inserted into pussy."
That is the hardest father I've ever heard.
Damn.
It's true, man. Footnote, it's also customary to interview someone when they do something awesome, so it was also a slow news day, so that just happened for that. Anyway, Mr. Dorstein was fucking tough like that, and he now stood in Doug's doorway with his arms crossed. Mr. Dorstein tapped his Hydra ring against the door frame and took a seat on Doug's bed. "What's going down, son?" Mr. Dorstein asked his son. "Nothing." "Don't say nothing to me, young man. I know exactly what's going down. All right? You got your friend Granick, seems to know a lot about sex, and I'm thinking that maybe it's time we had a little talk." "Are you having the talk with Dougie?" A voice from downstairs asked. Mr. Dorstein let out a big sigh. "Linda, I'm trying to have the talk with him right now. Can you give me 5 fucking minutes and have a heart-to-heart with my fucking son?"
I don't like the way Mr. Dorstein curses at his wife.
You know,
canon.
it's a strange family dynamic they have, but
Yeah,
but we'll see how it plays out.
My mom's name is Linda, so I like this.
"Dinner's gonna be ready in 5 minutes, and I wanted to make sure you both had time to wash your hands before dinner. I've been slaving over this casserole all day." "Linda, for once in my goddamn life, let me take care of this my way." There was a silence. There was a silence from downstairs. Mr. Dorstein looked visibly angry. "Okay, Dougie, tell me what got you down, all right? Let's be quick about this because your mom gave us 5 minutes and I don't feel like dealing with her shit tonight."
This is too real for me.
It's just that, I don't know, I feel like I don't know anything about sex and everybody else knows a lot and I don't know nothing, and I want to be confident and cool and strong like you, and I want to have friends and have people that like me and get invited to parties and meet ladies and put my milk on their face after we rub together and get married. That was a lot.
He knows what he wants, man.
He knows what he wants, man. He's thought about it a lot.
Yeah.
Mr. Dorstein looked proudly at his son. "Oh, Dougie, you sound just like me when my father had a similar talk with me. Now, I know your name day isn't until after the Feast of Ages, but I wanted to give you your gifts early. These 3 magical presents will give you everything you need to grow up strong, be confident with women, and make new friends." Mr. Dorstein revealed a bag and gave it to his son. Doug took the bag, pulled out a seeing stone from it. "Wow, my own seeing stone." "That's right. Now you can gaze into it and see anything you want. This will help you learn about sex by watching other people have it. You know? You can learn what girls like when you have sex with them. You know, like choking and spitting and hitting and shitting and peeing and gagging and butt stuff. You'll also learn that they don't call it milk, they call it jizz.
That's canon.
God.
Also, I think you can use it to talk to local girls in your area who want to have sex with you.
Meet local singles.
Doug pulled a book from the bag and opened it. Doug's eyes reflected the eerie green glow emanating from the book. "This enchanted book," Mr. Dorstein explained, "has been in our family for a millennia. It will answer any questions about sex that you might have. Give it a shot." Doug opened the book and asked it, "What's a pog?" The book glowed brighter and brighter and replied, "POG stands for Fat Ass White Goblins." "It is easily the grossest but strangely hottest category out there next to MILF, POV, PVC, and WMMMMMMM.
What's WMMMMMM?
It's woman with many men's. Or a gangbang.
Oh.
Mr. Dorstein.
We're learning too.
I'm teaching you guys stuff.
Yeah.
Mr. Dorstein smiled and asked the book, "How do you fuck a mermaid?" The book glowed again and responded, "For fish bottom mermaid, put her on top of you, dorsal side up, and 69 her by licking the part of the fin where it splits into two while she goes to town on your junk with her mouth gills."
I'm actually riveted by this book. I need this book.
Dude, it's a great gift. It's a really good gift. I'm glad he's giving it to his son.
I wish my dad would have given me this book.
This is also called 20,069 Beach Under the Sea. For fish top mermaid, any way you fucking like.
Damn,
Yeah,
book.
Dude, that book knows what's up, dude. Wow,
Damn,
it's
book
so
with
smart.
Computer voice.
Wow, it's so smart, Doug said in amazement. Yup, I learned so much from this book, said Mr. Dorstein, but the third present is the most important. He handed a letter to his son. Doug opened it up and began reading. It's admission to the best college in the land, the University of Phoenix, my alma mater.
University of Phoenix.
You'll be in my old fraternity, Phi Beta Hydra. There you'll make a bunch of friends, meet a bunch of women, drink and bang all night, sleep all day for 4 to 7 years straight depending on your major.
4 to 7 years. Accurate.
It made me the man I am today. I banged at least 4,699 women while I was there.
At least.
And number 4,700 was your mom. She let me do the nastiest shit to her, and she makes a boss-ass casserole. We love each other very much. We love each other very much, and one time we had some sick, nasty freak sex, and that's where you came from. We are very proud of you.
Magical 4,700.
Oh, man. Doug sat speechless for a moment. He looked up at his father and said, "Thanks, Dad." Mr. Dorstein looked down at Doug. "You're welcome, son." He stood up and made his way to the door. "Now let's get downstairs. Your mom's got dinner waiting." Doug looked down at his 3 enchanted gifts and smiled. "Tell Mom I'm not hungry. I've got work to do." The Seeing Stone suddenly busted out the fucking raddest song ever. Nah, 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 come on. Bow, 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 bow. Credits began to roll, and people started making their way out of the theater. These idiots didn't realize that there was an after-credit scene, and they stopped in the aisle and turned around. "You should have never challenged me to a sex knowledge competition," Doug said, standing over a gravestone. "You should have realized that I now know all, and fuck all. I am unstoppable. I am all fuckable." Doug, now super buff, hawks the biggest loogie onto the grave. 5 hot chicks in sexy black morning dresses come to Doug's side. They walk from the grave back to Castle Doug's skull. We see the loogie slide down the gravestone past the inscribed words, "Here lives Grannock, son of a giant bitch, loser of the now famous University of Phoenix sex knowledge competition, and fucked to death by a pog." The end.
My
Damn.
golden rings.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
That was great.
His
Thanks.
mother was killed by marauders. Give the man a break. Hawking loogies. Oh my god.
Jesus. Christ, that was great. That was a great
Thanks.
story.
Thanks,
No
guys.
mercy.
Damn.
That was a great story.
That was
A
awesome.
great coming of age tale.
Yeah.
Literally.
And a nice little after credit scene. You know, a little like bonus feature.
You know, why do people not realize that there could be something after the credits?
Yeah, they've
You
been
know-
doing it now for years. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just going to keep happening. Just stay.
And like out of respect, like all those people worked on the movie, you know, just stay and look at their names at least once.
Yeah. Make fun of them if you have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam
guy's
Wiener.
Best boy.
Best boy.
Alright, are you guys ready for my story of Hydras and Labyrinths?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Make it happen.
All right. Stupid Jared Acorn, said Lady Saberbloood as she sat atop of
Yeah!
her bear.
I know these characters!
As she sat atop of her bear friend, Muscles Bear. Why can't he just show me how to do all the ranger spells instead of making me go to these complicated dungeons and doing all these crazy quests? He is the ghost of the skull of the greatest ranger who ever lived, after all. Muscles Bear shrugged as the two approached a giant skull with 2 torches sticking out of it in the middle of the forest. Some guardian, she muttered as she dismounted and stepped toward the skull. With a torch, she lit the other torches and stepped back. Before their eyes, the mouth of the skull slowly opened and spoke. So, traveler, it bellowed, you wish to enter the Labyrinth of Pain, a.k.a. the Doom Halls, a.k.a. the Pain Labyrinth of Doom Halls. Yeah, I need to find some spell scroll or something, replied Saberblood. The skull laughed. Ha ha ha, a tiny adventurer like you stands no chance. It's so dark in there. Do you even have a torch? Yeah, that's how I lit the torches. Oh, well then, did you pack a lunch? No. Ha ha ha! The labyrinth is long and spooky. I highly recommend packing a lunch before venturing forward, or at least be wearing comfortable boots.
He's so condescending, but nice.
He's kind of like a mom. He's like, make sure you wear your boots. Pack a lunch.
Okay, I'm gonna go into the labyrinth now, said the ranger. I hope you do not have a fear of rats, because I totally let like 7 Viking rats in right before you got here.
Viking rats.
And yeah, they were super diseased. And also, I ate a couple of sharp objects the other day, and I'm sure those are dangerous too. Not to mention that I had like a lot of broccoli today, so you know.
You know.
The skull trailed off as Saberblood descended into the labyrinth. The skull was right. The labyrinth was dark, but overall pretty well kept, minus that pile of sharp objects. Muscles Bear and Lady Saberblood stood at the foot of a long hallway lined with doors. A ways down the hall, a ghost flew across and went into a room, followed by 2 skeletons chasing it. Then the skeletons ran back, being chased by the ghost. Man, this place is spooky, said Saberblood as she contemplated her next move. Let's try... She scanned the doors. This one! Saberblood pointed to a door with a carving of an owl on it. With one hand on her sheathed sword, she pushed the door open. It creaked loudly, revealing a cold and even darker room. She held her torch forward and could see the back of a satyr who was fidgeting. Who's there? She shouted. The satyr turned around with mayonnaise and lettuce all over his lips and goatee. What the heck are you doing in here? Asked the ranger. We're in love, said the satyr as he revealed a foot-long turkey hoagie sandwich he was making out with. Please don't tell anyone about this, he continued. Here, have whatever's in this. He kicked a small chest toward them. Just never speak of this, and, please give us our privacy. And he turned around and continued to make out with the hoagie.
That's submarine sandwich for everyone not from Philadelphia.
Or a grinder.
Or a grinder. Or a gyro. Or whatever
Gyro
stupid
is something
thing.
else, isn't it?
Sure.
Yeah, gyro's got that sauce on it, right? Is that how it is?
Gyro's
I don't
Greek, I
know.
guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was easy and weird, said Saberblood. Now, to open this chest and expect there to be the spell I was looking for... Sunglasses? Sure enough, inside the chest was a pair of black sunglasses. "Aw, man," said the elf. She threw them away and turned around, but suddenly the glasses landed perfectly on her face, and when it did, they went, "It's all good, baby, baby." The ranger gasped. "They're enchanted!" She flipped them in the air again, and they landed on Muscles Bear. "It's all good, baby, baby," said the glasses as Muscle Bear folded his arms and leaned against a wall.
Yep. That's the only response. That's the only thing you can do.
"Dope," said Saberblood. Come on, let's keep looking. And the two ventured deeper into the labyrinth. But soon enough, they came across a very large barbarian carrying a sack of treasures on his back. Young traveler, I am a treasure-hunting barbarian, and this labyrinth is dark and spooky. And I'm pretty sure I saw... Is this Snickerdoodle's voice? I think it is.
I think you should just leave that in. Just leave that part. That's fucking great.
Okay, let me try again.
Okay.
Young traveler, I am a treasure-hunting barbarian, and this labyrinth is dark and spooky, and I'm pretty sure I saw the eyes of a painting move earlier. But fear not! Very little can scare the nicest barbarian of them all, Dale Muscleflex. And he put a mana potion between his pecs and crushed it.
Oh.
I have little need for magics, because my arms are strong and they do all the work, said the barbarian, dripping with a blue liquid. Now, is there anything I can do for you? We seem to be getting along okay, said Saberblood, but we are looking for a spell. Ah, I just said I don't need magic, so let me give you the only magic item I found. Dale quickly went through his sack of treasure. Here you are, shouted Muscleflex as he handed a breath mint covered in loincloth lint.
Oh.
A breath mint for mighty breath! Thanks, said Saberblood as the mint dropped into her palm. Good day! He yelled the barbarian, waving
so
goodbye
nice.
as he ran into the labyrinth.
He's so nice.
He is the nicest barbarian of them all. Lady looked down at the mint. She offered it to Musclesbear, who shook his head no. The two pressed forward.
I imagine he's
Man.
still leaning against that wall.
Well,
Shaking his head.
Man, said Lady as her eyes wandered about the halls, you can really get lost in this bitch. Suddenly, she bumped into a very tall skeleton who was holding an old rusty sword and a shield with a chicken leg drawn on it. Sorry about that, she said, stepping back. Yo, jerk, shouted the skeleton. I'm Bones, the skeleton warrior. I was quickly named and I'm pissed off because of it. And now you're tracking mud through my GD mansion house, so I'm even more pissed. Take one step forward and I swear to Axel the Dragon, I will cut you. Hey, hang on, said Lady Saberblood. I think I have something for you. She reached into her satchel. Here it is. In all caps, she held out two upside-down middle fingers. Double down, motherfucker!
Damn.
Musclesbear started beatboxing, and the ranger freestyle dissed on the skeleton and danced as she flipped him off in stereo. Oh my god. Musclesbear stood and danced in on the double down fuck you fest. The skeleton warrior was infuriated. You can't give Bones the skeleton warrior a new kind of middle finger, he shouted. You die for shit like that in this hood. Now I'm gonna... But Bones suddenly noticed Musclesbear, still dancing and double downing. Hey, is that a bear? Yeah, this is my friend Musclesbear, said the ranger. Can I pet him? Asked Bones, sheathing his sword. Sure, replied Saberblood, and the skeleton walked over and began petting Musclesbear. Aw, he's so cute, said Bones, and he scratched underneath his chin, and Muscles like that. Okay, I'm not mad anymore, said the skeleton. Here, you can have this shield. I don't need it. I'm gonna go fly a kite, because life is nice. And he ran off.
What a great turn of events. Like, how true, though? You know, you ever, like, have a bad day and then you just go pet a dog?
Yeah, things brighten your day.
Life is great.
A few hours later, and after much walking and opening of empty chests, the pair found themselves outside of the door to the center of the labyrinth. Okay, said Saberblood, that stupid-ass scroll has to be in this room. She pushed it open, and before them sat a huge hydra with 3 heads, one red steaming with his eyes wide, one purple with his eyes closed, and one blue just sleeping on the ground. God damn it, I am so angry, shouted the red hydra head. He noticed Muscles and Lady at the door. Who said you could come in here? It yelled as it shot fire out of its mouth directly at Saberblood, who held up her new shield with a chicken leg drawn on it. It protected them. damn it, I can only do that every 30 minutes.
Cool down.
The Red Hydra head. I'm so annoyed. Who's there? Said the purple Hydra head. It opened its eyes and lightning shot out and ricocheted all over the room. Dang it, I can't look at nothing without making electricity shoot all the heck over. The purple Hydra head sighed and closed his eyes again.
Oh, jeez.
Shut up, Danny. I don't need this right now. I am under a lot of stress. How did we even get down here? I mean, look how big we are. It doesn't even make sense. I am in constant pain because of my fire breath. I just want to lay on the floor and scream. Hey, man, maybe you need to relax, said Saberblood. Do not tell me to relax, shouted the Red Hydra head as the Blue Hydra head continued to snooze on the ground, breathing frosty air with each breath. We're just looking for a scroll, said Lady calmly. I have a scroll somewhere around here, said the purple head, but I can't open my eyes to find it without having David yell at me. I thought I told you to shut up like 3 years ago, yelled David. Lady flinched, and out of her pocket fell the breath mint. What is that? Are you littering in my home? He shouted again as he looked closely at the mint. It's a breath mint, said the elf. Oh yeah? Well, it's mine now, yelled David, and he ate it. Oh my goodness. My breath is so fresh and cool. Oh, my golden rings, I feel great. I haven't felt this relaxed in years. Thank you, young elf. That was very refreshing. That's great and all, but I'm still blind like forever, said Danny sadly. Suddenly it clicked. Lady grabbed the enchanted sunglasses off of Muscles Bear and threw them up in the air. They landed perfectly on Danny's head, and it went, it's all good, baby, baby. He opened his eyes. No lightning shot out. I can see, he shouted, and I feel cool as fuck. Thank you, elf. Ah, here's that scroll I knew I had. Danny picked up a tiny scroll that was sitting on a shelf next to a poster of a Babley ice dragon. Here, he said to Lady as he dropped it at her feet. Thank you for the help. Yes! Yelled Lady Saberblood, excited. She quickly unrolled it, but her smile dropped immediately. Barkskin? Are you kidding me? Oh, God. Come on, Muscles, let's go. And with that, she hopped atop Muscles Bear, and the two made their way out of the labyrinth. As the two exited, they heard somewhere in the halls the echoes of a song that went, Hoagie, when I'm with you, I'm not hungry. You're my toasted little turkey baby. The end.
Dude,
That
so
was
good.
great. Great story.
Yo, need that
Thank
last
you.
part as my ringtone.
Dude, seriously.
You're my toasted little turkey baby.
Oh my god.
Oh, shit. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of
Chamber of Knowledge.
I am old Reese's the Wise.
And I am old Snickerdoodle. I don't remember you having an O in front of your name.
I don't, but I feel very old today.
Well, you look old too.
Thank you.
Yikes. So what did you do this week?
I didn't do much, Snickerdoodle. I'll tell you that. First scroll. All right, getting right into it.
First scroll comes from Tim Jennings. He asks, what are your favorite spells for bussin' a mother effer's dome, sons? Not quite sure what most of that means, but Reese's, how about you?
I'm pretty sure he put a spell on us, or he's attempting to.
Oh, goodness.
But Brass Knucks to the Sourpuss spell is my favorite. Don't be trying to throw down with that weak-ass shit in my wizard territory, you weak-ass, pussy-ass, boner-ass losers. Am I doing it right, Snickerdoodle?
Don't you know, no. Come around, yeah.
What?
That's a little song for people who are thinking about getting wise with Reese's the Wise.
You're like the best hype man I've ever had, Snickerdoodle.
Been doing it for years.
You're the only hype man
I've
I've
been
ever
freelance hype manning.
Freelance hype manning?
Yes, it's not busy work, but when I get it, it's enjoyable.
It's not busy work, but it's fulfilling work.
Yes, very rewarding.
What about you, Snickerdoodle?
Well, I see he's asking for my favorite spell to assault someone with.
Yes.
So I guess that would be Punch You in the Back of the Head spell, which was first conjured in Trollodelphia.
So the sucker punch spell basically is what you're throwing
but
around.
in the back of the head, please.
Oh my.
Where you will die sometimes if you get hit there.
That's crazy.
That next scroll.
Next scroll is from Judson Moyles. They ask, regarding Sid and Flyman's friendship, do Sid's other friends also like Flyman? Or is he one of those, quote, other friends who Sid tries his best to make a thing, i.e. classic Flyman?
I've been wondering that myself.
Well, I would say, Sid, it likes Flyman. I mean, they're friends. Deep down, I think he feels kind of sorry for Flyman. But Flyman is also comic gold. I mean, his life is awful and therefore hilarious.
It's always kind of just fun to have around to laugh at, but then to be like, you are my friend.
Yeah, everyone has a friend like that. Yeah, I think Ugla and Fred like him too, but, again, his life is terrible, and, their lives are so much better in comparison.
I'm not sure that is what a friend is.
I'm pretty sure that is the definition of friendship.
To make you forget about your own life and then laugh at someone else's?
Yeah, you look at their life and you're like, oh my god, thank God I'm not them.
Good note. Next scroll!
Next scroll!
Jackson Marshall asks, is there some sort of ranking system for wizards? And if so, where do Reese's and Snickerdoodle place? Reese's.
Well, I scored a 13,000% on Wizard Rotten Tomatoes, so yeah. Reese's is ranked pretty high.
Dip damn.
13,000%. That's not even Pretty Woman has that many percents. Dances with Wizard Wolves.
I don't know if you noticed, but I was doing my hype. I was hyping.
You were hyping the shit out of me. Snickerdoodle, you're hired again.
Thank you. It'll be a pleasure to work with my favorite client.
What about you, Snickerdoodle?
Well, yes, I am aware of a ranking system that ranges from 1 being the worst to Snickerdoodle being the best. I've been all around Orkspire. I dined at the finest restaurants, riding the most expensive bone cars, and I never left a woman unsatisfied. Woo!
Snickerdoodle, you hyped the shit out of yourself. You should be
That's
your own
right.
hype man.
If you could see me strutting right now,
I can't see you. I'm sitting right next to you.
You would faint or come on to me.
Why would I come on you, Snickerdoodle?
Look, that's not what Look, you are miswording my words. Next scroll.
Next scroll is from Evan Carlson. He asks, what are the tastiest meats in Orkspire and Darenos?
Double cheeseburger.
In Orkspire, that's the tastiest meats? Mm-hmm. That's delicious.
How about Theranos?
Booty meats. Next scroll.
Christopher Drow Salvinia.
What a name.
What a great name. That is a fantasy name if I ever heard one. What are your favorite foods to eat while flying on that dub Reese's?
Booty meats. Next scroll. What about you?
Don't you want to?
I want to know. No, I want to know what yours is. Of course I do.
Double cheeseburger. Next scroll.
Next scroll is from...
Next scroll. Next scroll is your scroll, so read it.
This scroll is from @Mafflewolf on Twitter. He or she or it asks, what was the most unconventional currency ever used in D&O?
I'm assuming Darenos and Orkspire.
I think that's what they meant.
And I'll say that one time I tricked Reese's the Wise into selling me a demonic spellbook for 2 tickets to the gun show, and then I told him that the gun show was canceled because they didn't sell enough tickets, and he asked for a refund, and I told him, no habla moon messages.
I do remember that, Snickerdoodle, and I was really expecting to see some guns.
Well, we closed. We won't be back. It was the first annual. It was the last.
First and last annual gun show.
Set in my chamber. How about in Daranos?
In a 12-day barter standoff for some rare all-C-ball episodes of Wizard Cheers, I once used the most unconventional currency of them all. Hugs.
What?
I won the all-C-ball episodes and made the greatest transaction of them all, some new friends.
Oddly enough, that is what Wizard Cheers is all about, making new friends.
Where everybody knows your name, Snickerdoodle.
Sometimes you want a potion to drink that'll make you die.
Those are the lyrics to the song.
Yes, this is Wizard Cheers. It's different from your cheers. And, you know, if I do say so myself, you people have heard enough information from our worlds, possibly too much, usually too much. So with that, we will say good day and keep on asking questions.
You're hyping the segment. You're doing Snickerdoodle.
Oh, so much knowledge.
Oh, he's breakdancing on the tip of his penis.
Ah, it's burning.
Keep going.
All right, well, that was more information from those ding-dongs.
I can't believe we keep inviting them back on.
Well, I think we're just contractually obligated to hear.
When do you think that contract runs out?
Like, hopefully soon.
A millennia? I don't know.
Well, thanks everyone for listening to another episode, and thank you, Nick Murphy, for coming on and joining us.
Now get out of here. Thank you guys for having me. I had a fucking blast.
It was great.
It's really nice having guests because it's like a party almost. It's a lot more fun.
Yeah, it is a lot more fun. Not that it isn't fun just with the two of us, but it always I agree. It feels like more of an event when we have somebody.
Yeah, we'll definitely have more guests on in the future because this is great. And if you guys don't watch Continue, you can watch it every Wednesday on normalboots.com, or you can check their backlog on YouTube or Normal Boots, whichever you prefer, under the name Continue Show. And Nick's on that, and Josh is on that, and they play games, and it's real fun.
And you were on it.
I used to be on it. But you guys should also listen to the Continue Cast, which is a video game book club if you haven't listened to that yet.
Yeah, that's fun. You can follow me on Twitter, too, at Hey Nick Murphy. Don't gotta be Friday to follow this guy.
Don't gotta be
Monday.
Hey, it don't gotta be Friday to recommend that you follow Nick Murphy.
True that. FM. Hashtag FM. Follow Monday.
Couple of thank yous real quick. Thanks to Kyle McDonald for animating the first part of the Oh My Magic Rings story from our drunk episode the other week. And thank you to Stephen Moriarty who animated a bunch of scenes randomly from the series. You guys need to check that one out too. It's crazy that we get animations and drawings and anything from you guys. It is always well appreciated and always super humbling.
Dude, and
It's
they're
crazy.
all well done, man. You guys have such a great fan base, and they show you guys every day. It's so reassuring. It's nice.
It's so insane. I mean, just this week we had stuff from Trinidad Trevino, Ask Rylander Hansen, Dan Jones, Josh Howell, Danny Syatt. The fact that someone will take time out of their day to draw something that we came up with, it's just insane. It's so crazy. So thank you guys so much for sharing those with us. And if you want to see them, check out the Twitter and Facebook. And if you haven't yet, if you like the show, go ahead and leave an iTunes review or just subscribe on iTunes if you listen to somewhere else. That helps us get featured. There's some sort of crazy algorithm that iTunes does, and a bunch of different things factor into that, like reviews, subscriptions, and downloads, I think.
Downloads.
So if you guys do that, that shows that the show is busy, so then they'll feature it and we'll get new viewers. And we got a couple of neat reviews this week. Josh has one that he wanted to read.
This one is from Casillas42. Whether you're a skeleton with an affinity for outlandish hats, an old wizard who loves to talk about his days in Wizard Yale, or a bat beast who just can't get enough of that dub-dub, this podcast is something for you. You might even learn a few things along the way. Thank you for that 5-star review. It was very nice.
And that's very nice.
We are very informative. We're an informative podcast.
I also have a review that I thought was pretty funny for different reasons, and I'll read that now. It's titled, Prob's Your Thing? Two dudes read their concise, crude fantasy fiction. Comedy relies on ironic use of fantasy dictionary and blue jokes. Yes.
True.
Mostly misogynist, about 50% laughter, vaguely racist.
Whoa.
Which is like the craziest thing I've heard from one of these things. Cited WoW, Conan, and Metal in the first episode. Approximates its culture too closely. I feel sad this exists.
Oh, man.
Probably nice people IRL, which stands for in real life if you're unfamiliar.
Well, that
struck me
That
as
was from
funny.
Hey Nick Murphy on...
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Nick Murphy.
Damn it. I think the funniest part is the probably nice people IRL. I'm a terrible person IRL. I'm much nicer on the podcast than I am in real life.
Nick and I are nice people, though.
That's true. You guys are nice. I am not.
Is there something wrong with World of Warcraft and Conan being fantasy?
I guess those aren't real fantasy. I guess real fantasy is other things.
Well, I mean, that's the thing about the show is that if you're looking for a show about, like, super serious, like, stories, this isn't it.
No, that's
You
like
know?
the wrong place for it. It's
Yeah.
just, the guy, he gave you a shot, which is nice. He
Yeah,
gave
it's
you
I
good.
a
appreciate
chance,
him giving
which
us
is
a
good.
shot,
Yeah.
and it's not everyone's thing. I totally understand, especially blue jokes. Like, I mean, not everyone thinks that stuff's funny. But the first comedies were about dick and fart jokes.
Yeah,
So
the first jokes in history of humankind were dick and fart jokes. I mean,
you know why farts are funny? Because we've been doing them forever, and it's still funny.
still funny, exactly.
Yeah, it's like that one of Edison's first films. It was like lady farts on cake.
I haven't seen that. I would
Yeah,
love
they used to
that.
show it right after like the train coming in the station, and then the muscle man flexing, and then the people
Yeah.
kissing, and then lady farting on cake. That
Yeah,
was
this
like
Lumiere brothers.
I've
thing.
only seen the Fart Zapruder film, so I've only where it blows
Fart and to the
Kennedy's head
left.
up. Yeah, fart and to the left.
left.
Fart and to the left.
Anyway,
Anyway,
the prompts for next week will be Cursed Items by Christopher D. Ristic on Facebook and Portals by @StephenReams on Twitter. So thank you guys for those prompts, and thank you guys for giving us prompts every episode. Even if we don't pick them, we read them, and we also laugh at some of the really silly ones.
Yeah.
Like Nate put, I'll be more general this time. And then in all caps, weird star shit.
dude, I knew you were gonna pick that one when you said that you had one. I was like, he's picking that one. I knew it. I like where is it? Jonathan Bartok's Wiener Slaves. It's pretty good.
I also like Gavin Reeser's Abraca Cowboys.
That's fucking great.
And then he replied on his own
To
one
himself.
and put in parentheses Wizard Cowboys with a wizard bandits.
bandits.
That's something I just want to see.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for all your questions for Reese's and Snickerdoodle and everything. Thank you for listening to the show. And one more time, thank you, Nick, for coming on and joining us.
Ah, get out of here. Thank you guys for having me.
Anything you want to plug?
You want to plug anything, Nick?
No, I just want to plug my story. Listen to it again, man.
There you go. I agree.
I so badly wanted you to go. I just want to give a quick shout out to my son. He's not born yet, but
This one's for you, little man.
Coming soon.
But I guess, it wouldn't be a show without our sign off done first by our guest. So
Yeah, go ahead.
until next week, Nick.
Keep on watching. Continue.
Whoa!
I'm okay.
I mean, wizarding.
okay with that one.
Wizarding.
I'm totally
Keep
okay with that.
on wizarding. Josh, get in there. Come on.
Keep on wizarding.
Better not bring that continue shit around.
Oh, shit.
Have a good week, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.